Yeah, it's really tough. I've had easier podiums in the touring car than that one there. I was pushed all the way and kept honest the whole time. So I'm feeling fairly deserving of that one now.
On board with Kevin Denwood for the start then. He's on row 3, away we go. It's a better start from Steve Roberts. He goes ahead of Andrew Chang. A really good start though from Stuart Voice. He's going to try and come around Chang as well. It's definitely 4th for Bensley as we turn into Ritchie's, and it's the white car, I think it's Steve Roberts, that leads the cars head through the fog here at Snetterton down towards Montreal. Stuart Voice right in there. Come round the outside of the pole car, Andrew Chang, but it is Steve Roberts that leads round the outside and going off. It's Colin Bicehouse in the number 11 car. He spins top 3 together though, they head onto the Bentley straight. Then we've got Ryan Bensley there in 4th. Right behind him is our onboard camera, Kevin Denwood, as we head down towards the S's. Ronald Nelson for the first time of asking. So we head underneath the bridge now, top 3 leaders. Ooh. Going away. Roberts, Chang, and then Voice gets the run on Chang and will pass him down towards the bomb hole. Here's a replay on board with Colin Bicehouse, then brakes really late, and then he gets a hit from behind. Who was that? Not totally sure from that shot, but Chang had to take an avoided action. Hopefully we can see what happened on board with him, because we have a camera with Chang. Here we go. But David Drinkwater locks up massively into the back of Colin Bicehouse, and then both Drinkwater and Chang have to take to the grass. So down towards Murray's comes the leader then, Steve Roberts. Voice did get second away from Chang, and then we've got Bensley, Denwood, Gambling and Mountain next to us. Then Mark Hales, who's racing the car that Tom Onslow Cole drove last time out at Donington Park. There's David Drinkwater, a massive dent in the front of the car. You can see the bonnet pushed right up. Right, Kevin Denwood back on board with him. He head through Ritchie's, chasing Brian Bensley. Multiple time pole position driver is Bensley in 2012. Hasn't won a race yet though, so be hoping to do that this weekend. The final 2 rounds of championship. This race sort of doesn't seem to be going that way already. There's the top 3 making that early jump away. Bensley with the greatest driver on board with Roach there, Simon Roach, and you can see all the locking up on lap 1 and the 3 cars going off. Leaders back with us then. Roberts and Voice have really got away from Andrew Chang now. Stuart Voice really on a charge. The number 21 car. We've got Andrew Chang with Ryan Bensley closing up to him, and then Kevin Denwood having a battle with Martin Gamble. Mark Hales has got a Dave Mountain there in a nice scrapple right. There's Simon Roach. You just saw a replay on board of him. He's got Mark Gazzard to battle with. Then a nice queue of cars behind them. They've got a lock up there for Warren Gazzard. It's going to be slow on the exit. There's David Drinkwater with that damaged car. Then Colin Bicehouse on a charge back through the field with Mark Chang. They both turn their way down towards Murray's, towards our camera position, and using up all the road available to him. The 2 of them work the order. Steve Roberts leads by just over 1/10 of a second to Stuart Voice. Then there's a couple of seconds back to Andrew Chang. In 4th, Ryan Bensley at number 9, 10 or so behind Chang. And then there's about a second and a half back to Kevin Denwood, who's got Martin Gamble about a second behind him. And then a second and a half to Mark Hales, and then another 8 tenths to Mountain. And then 3.5 seconds back to Simon Roach, who's in battle with Mark Gazzard. That's your top 10 after the first 2 laps of racing here at Snetterton. Colin Bicehouse has got himself a car to race against. Dean Blackburn is their first person he passes then on this comeback drive after being hit off by David Drinkwater on lap 1. How far can Colin Bicehouse work the way up the order? He's already under the next car now. That being, I believe, Farron's Dava. Anyway, leaders back with us. Roberts still ahead of Voice, and Andrew Chang then 3rd. Bensley not really closing him in so much that time. Mark Hales on the move. He's closing in on Martin Gambling in front of him. Roach and Gazzard still together. Gazzard big lock up. Kicks the car sideways, he turns through the corner. Stephen Brown having a strong race, sitting there in 12th. The Bartley Motorsport car. Still there, the orange cars. Bicep, of course, an orange car. The other orange one being Mark Bennett. David Drinkwater just working his way past him. Right, back on board with Mark Chang then. He's starting now the passing. Dean Blackburn just up in front of him. They pass the pit wall. 50 people sitting, or standing I should say, on the pit wall. Down towards Rich as we go then. Chang still behind Blackburn. Novice crossing the back of the car, so you see he's a new driver to racing. Hasn't had 6 signings yet, and Chang works his way up on the inside of him, then into Montreal. Gets that one done. Darver will be the next car ready to pass, and a good run off Chapman curve there for Chang. I think he probably passed Darver here. I think backwards Darver here in his first ever motor race. Chang looks over to him. Pass him up. Chang, the long-term runners in the BMW Compact Cup, done the first ever race. He's done all the races actually, we believe, for both the Changs. So the second of the Changs just behind this lead battle. Andrew Chang, the most winning driver in 2012, sits there in third, but it's Voice attacking for the lead. Steve Roberts, ex-Northwest Formula Ford 1600 champion. There's a big battle for life continued. Roach and Gazard. Gazard gets the run off the corner, be hoping to go through. And Stephen Brown's got himself ahead of, I think, Terry Davies to go up into 11th. Yeah, Terry Davies. Then we've got the first of the Darvers, Barrett Darver, battling in that as well. And at the back of that queue of 4 cars was a 66 car of Bryce Greenwood. Kevin Denwood had lost a place to Martin Gamblin, but he gets it back there at Montreal. And Gazard made it through then. Mark Gazard has got up to 9th ahead of Simon Roach, so Roach has been trying to fight him back as they head down the Bentley Straight towards the halfway distance in this 13-minute plus 1 lap race. Expected to be about 10 laps of racing. The leaders lapping in 30s and 30s. Well, it's a big moment from Mark Gazard out of Rundle there. He held it together, massive slide dude. Mark Gazard has been doing that a bit this year. Good to see. And Voice leads and he's by himself. Good battle for second now between Andrew Chang and Ryan Benton. Now we're looking out there. You can just see in the background, heading through Coram Curve slowly, is Steve Roberts. He's be heading into retirement then. Such a disappointment for Steve. He'll be out the race here just on the completion, or on the 5th lap. I don't think he's going to be able to complete it. And I noticed Mark Hales had worked his way ahead of Gamblin, so that's now 5th for Hales with the retirement of Roberts. Side by side behind that, Bennett losing out to Neil Roach by looks of things. There's Mark Chang just working his way through Murray. He's got ahead of 3 of them now. As it's Colin Byself works his way past a dented car of David Drinkwater heading down to Ritchie. So another place made up by Colin Byself. This has been a really good drive from him. Look at the speed he carries through Ritchie's corner there. Shows you how much he is driving on the limit here. Just making his way there. Now past 27 of Stephen Biddle. So back up a second. It's still Chang ahead of Bentley. They break down into Murray's now. So Andrew Chang yet another podium this weekend, but it looks things he'll be hoping for another one later on this afternoon. Denwood and Hales battling over 4th now. Got a big gap from 7th. course now it is, rather than from 8th. From 7th to 8th here. In 8th position is Gazard and approach. And this scrap now for 10th, and it's Brown there in 10th. He slides. Terry Davies takes to the grass in and completely crossed up while he did that. Here's Colin by himself and working his way through the order. Actually, let's see. Fidel there, he hasn't quite made his way past yet. He's completed the 6th lap. In fact, no, he hasn't he? And it's thinking Quatsy, the next car, the car that Rob Boston took to victory at Donington Park. It's battle for 8th position then. Mark Gazard in the 8th, in the 9th, on board with Roach. Simon Roach driving that number 65 car. Up a gear he goes. Well, Stuart Voice heads through Murray's and into second. Ryan Bensley, the ex-production touring car cup driver and the ex-stock hatch champion, moves up into second then. And then Denwood and Hale still having this great scrap for 4th. Just behind them, Gambling and Mountain having a good scrap for 6th. Then we have to wait before we have this scrap for 8th position. And Gazard still ahead of Roach. Steve Brown now in a bit of a comfortable 10th position. This is the strongest drive from him in 2012. He's just ahead of Terry Davies. This one's cards ahead of no, it was Darva and then it was Davies. Just a few laps to go now, heading towards the end of this race. On board we are with Colin by South, I believe. Car off the road there at Ritchie's. Who's that? Just trying to rejoin. It could well be Bryce Greenwood. No, he's a bit further down, or he would at least. Just trying to out that.
Yeah, it's not very good today.
Could have been. And yes, it was Bryce Greenwood. So Bryce Greenwood having a spin there at Ritchie's, dropping down the pack. Here's the battle of 4th. Then still Kevin Denwood drifts a bit wider than what Mark Hale's just recording, but then has the line covered for Murray, so doesn't really have to worry about that too much. But Mark Hale's does, because he's still quite wide the way through. Mark Hale's, he was 5th on the grid, didn't make a very good start, dropped back and had to work his way up to 5th. He's found himself. Kevin Denwood been a bit of a tough opponent to pass. Roach back ahead of Gazard there, and Stephen Brown gets the car all crossed up behind that battle. Brown still running in the top 10. A good battle headed down into Gorham now, with that Greenwood possibly trying to edge his way a bit further up the order after it's off. I think, in fact, it was Steve Biddle having a go at the 9 car, Vicky Quatsy. And yes, Greenwood just behind Mark Chang, we believe, so. After his off, Mark Chang, another person recovering lap 1. And the penultimate lap of the race, and we are on board with Mark Chang following Bryce Greenwood, I presume, to lap 9 now. No, Greenwood comes behind Chang. It's Neil Roach we're following. Roach really under attack from Mark Chang, who gets the run off Chang. No, it's Farron Darver even in the number 13 car. So that battle. Kevin Denwood still in front as they're at to go into the final lap, still there in 4th position. Here's this battle for 8th, then Roach and Gazard. Mark Gazard loses the car out of corner, he spins then. And this is going to put the Steve Brown, Terry Davies battle into 9th and 10th. And Mark Gazard, who joins there in 11th, but he's got to watch out because they're flying kind. Colin by South is behind him. And then side by side, David Drinkwater here trying to come round the outside. That gives him the inside. He looks up a bit, but passes Iggy Quatsy, or does he on the exit of the corner? Just going to look here at Colin Bical's lap times, a 1:32.3 is his best. That would put him well and truly in that battle for 4th, so that could be interesting in the race later on. Here we are then on board with him, late on the brakes for Montreal. Mark Hazard locks up in front of him, so these two are going to battle it out to the end, especially as Bicep has a fantastic run off of Chapman corner, so this could give him 11th position. Yes, he draws up alongside Mark Hazard, so that will put him into 11th then, and Bicep urges the car to move into that position. But it is Stuart Voice who's going to win his first ever race in the 2012 Compact Cup. Second, Ryan Bentley, so close to a victory, but yet again it's only a podium. And Andrew Chang here in 3rd, he's going to score yet another podium. 4 wins he's had in 2012, and this battle for 5th, well, it all come together. Denwood having to defend there to Hales. Hales trying to get the run off the corner, then Gamblin and Mountain also battling it out. So the 4 of them, 4th down to 7th. It's going to be Kevin Denwood that takes it, but a good scrap for them to the end. 8th, well, that's going to go to Simon Rhodes. He had an easy on the last lap after Mark Gazzard spinning out. Well, the battle for 9th, then Steve Brown. Is he going to get his best result of the year? Terry Davies attacking him all the way, but it is going to be Brown that takes it, and Bicef, yes, in 11th, ahead of Mark Gazzard. So, Bicef 11th, but Gazzard 12th. Neil Roach is going to get 13th, and then the battle for 14th between Quatsy and Drinkwater. So Quatsy, yes, did get back in front, and Mark Chang has worked his way into 16th there. But Stuart Voice winning by 6 seconds, a massive victory in Compact Cup standards. Ryan Bensley in 2nd, and Andrew Chang finishing off the podium.